Hey everybody, I wanted to throw in my 2 cents here with the situation with Johnny Manziel. As a lot of people know, Johnny was captured on video basically drinking and partying just recently. TMZ broke the story. And I had a couple thoughts about Johnny and what I believe should go down with the Browns right now. Because as a lot of you guys know, I am a huge Cleveland Browns fan. I have been a Cleveland Browns fan for a very long time. And I think the Johnny era should end. And the reason I'm saying that is because when you are an NFL player, you are playing professional football. Okay? You're not in college anymore. You are looked at from the perspective of what's best for the team. How are you going to be better than, let's say, another quarterback on a different team? So you have to do certain things, not just through the media, but through, decision making. You don't want a guy that is going to be a quarterback that is drugged up, drinking alcohol before a game, which I don't know if that's the situation, and that's why, they benched Johnny right away. But my question is it possible that they have seen this pattern with him, that maybe he showed up to a practice and they thought he was drunk, and then that's why they kind of were hesitant of letting him take over. And then when he does this partying thing, it kind of makes me wonder if, at some point they noticed something. We do know he went to rehab. That is an undisputable fact. But the question is, what did he go to rehab for? A lot of people are saying that it's for different types of drugs and not alcohol. But if you look at Johnny's history, as it stands right now, he was intoxicated when he got into a fight with his girlfriend, okay? And a lot of people said, well, just leave him alone, it's a fight between him and his girlfriend. Okay, I understand that. But he's drinking, and it's one thing to have a drink, maybe 2 drinks, but when you're pretty intoxicated and the cops notice, that's a pretty bad situation developing, okay? And then, there's been several other times where he's been caught doing drinking, and it's the same thing with like Josh Gordon. There's just a certain level of, you've got to take the job seriously, and that's what Johnny needs to do. I think Johnny is not taking it seriously. I think that he thinks that it's perfectly okay for him to get completely wasted and then, go onto the field. I just have this gut feeling when, I watch Johnny play, and, everybody has seen Johnny play. He has some talent, but the problem is he's not showing what I would consider a first-round quarterback. To me, he's showing that he's like a third-string quarterback, honestly, because of what he has done up to this point. Now, a lot of people will disagree. I don't see, when I look at Johnny Manziel, I do not see a starting NFL quarterback. I just don't see it. I've said this from day one, that we should have, as the Cleveland Browns, we should have taken a different quarterback, And I actually wanted Watkins, believe it or not, the wide receiver, because I felt that he had a lot more things to work with, and we could have, in free agency, probably picked up a veteran besides, McClown, as I call him. I just, personally, and just my opinion, I just don't see a quarterback that plays at a high level in Johnny Manziel. I think if the Browns were smart, they would trade Johnny, get whatever we can for him. It's probably going to be like a 4th or 5th round pick. But get whatever we can for him, cut our losses, And hopefully, after this season's over and where we stand in the draft, we can pick up a really good quarterback and go into free agency and pick up another good quarterback that can support for that first year to kind of give the new rookie a chance to develop. Because that has been the biggest problem as a Cleveland Browns fan. We have not let any quarterback that we have ever had develop like Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers is a beast of a quarterback. He sat on the bench behind Brett Favre for, God, I don't even know how many years. Probably, 2, 3 years? And now all of a sudden the Browns fans are yelling and screaming, let Johnny play, leave him alone. I understand that, and I understand that there's an understanding that everybody wants him to play to see what he can do, but he's kind of proven what he can do. He's kind of proven that he's an alcoholic who there's a chance probably is showing up to practice or other things going on drunk or intoxicated in some way. I mean, when you're an alcoholic, and I know a lot of people just don't understand the disease, but when you're an alcoholic, and Johnny, to me at least, proves he's an alcoholic, when you're an alcoholic, the pattern starts to develop that, I'm only going to have one small drink, and then that person has one small drink before they go to work, and then when they get home, they drink until they puke. And some people will actually, as an alcoholic, actually drink while they're working. So, I mean, you can't sit there and say that Johnny Manziel has never thought, at least, about drinking while he's at practice, because that would just be idiotic. Because look at his history. He goes to bars, he's getting drunk, he's drinking a lot more than a lot of other people, and you expect this guy to play? I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that's my thoughts.